This is my fight preview for Jose Rayo Valenzuela versus Gary Antoine Russell. Should be a very good fight. This is a very good title fight coming up at 140. A matchup that's kind of caught me off guard. Really haven't gotten focused in on it yet, but I think I have a good idea how this fight can go. But in Rayo's case, to be honest with you, both of these guys are southpaws. And the thing that surprised me the most is about these two guys are they both have knockout power. Not only that, but they've struggled against southpaws. That's the thing that kind of shocked me thinking about it. I'm like, both of these guys have struggled against southpaw fighters. And, you know, if I had to sit here and really guess who was worse against southpaws, couldn't really tell you because one of them got hurt badly by a southpaw, and the other one, it was to the point where he couldn't really figure out what to do against a southpaw and had really no advantages. So going into this fight, man, you got to see the guy who's a more complete fighter right now, who can do the things that you are intending them to do. Who have you seen those guys? I mean, which one have you seen perform at a high level consistently the most? You can say Gary Antoine Russell, but I haven't seen him put it all together in one fight. It's always something as far as, even in the wins he had, it was always something like, oh man, he could have did this better on his defense or performance. With Rayo, you can do the same things, but it's a lot less to pick from. Even though he had his situations with De Los Santos and Colbert. De Los Santos, he already had him hurt in the fight. So that fight really doesn't really paint a picture as far as how good of a fighter Rayo is. It will show you the bad things he did as far as what he's capable of, falling in traps and getting hurt and not having a lot of head movement. He can get caught. So that's one thing you do know as far as in his fights. He doesn't have a lot of head movement. Offense is mostly a defense. I would say same way with Gary Antoine Russell, but his defense is a little better than Rayo's is. But this is gonna be a very good fight, man. I think Rayo's been putting it together a lot more lately, especially with the jab, a lot more patient. He's gonna have an edge in that department. I think Gary Antoine Russell losing his last fight, depending on what type of person he is and fighter, we're gonna see how he really bounces back from a loss and focus in. Sometimes the loss makes guys better. Sometimes it makes you weaker. Can Rayo go in here and let his hands go a little bit more than he did in the Isak Cruz fight and possibly hurt him? That'll be a huge statement if he was able to do that. If he was to come in here and hurt him, it'll be a huge statement. I honestly think so. And he's been doing a lot lately, man, especially in the ring. So anything is possible. But with both of these guys struggling against southpaws, I don't know, man. Because Rayo can go out there boxing well, and that can give Gary Antoine Russell some issues, and he got power. But then, Gary Antoine Russell can go out there using his power and not trying to box with Rayo, trying to catch him in certain situations, and that can affect Rayo in a lot of ways. So you never know. With him being very patient, I seen some things last fight against that Cruz could have took advantage of with the left hook, but he never really took any chances. But this is gonna be a very good fight, man. I think it's gonna be fireworks. I don't think it'll be a knockout in this fight. If it is, it'll be a huge surprise. I think it's possible this will go the distance. Both of these guys are warriors. They definitely not gonna give nobody a chance to stop it or anything. Even when Rayo got stopped in the Del Santos fight, he was still standing up and walking forward. So it's hard to get him up out of there. But it's gonna be a very good fight though.